Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel. It is the day of the Stitchy retreat. Hello peeps. And basically, yeah, I think it's going to be one of those days. So basically, what happened was I found out that there was a train strike at the beginning of the week, end of last week, at some point last week. And I checked the trains and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to go. I'm gonna be stranded. So a few of my friends told me, oh, it's all right, because it's the London Paddington train, it will be fine. So then I wasn't worried. Well, I kept an eye on the trains. Sorry, darling. Kept an eye on the trains, and it says strike safe. So then I didn't worry, and I was all good, you know. And then, was it last night or a couple of nights ago, I thought I'd check just to make sure that all the trains were okay. Turns out that the train going to Parkway, which is where I chosen because it was cheaper, there's only one train running there and then one train running back. I was like, right, well, if I get there at that time, there'd be no point in going. So I decided to go to Temple Meads. So, looked at the trains, right, the earliest one is going to get me there an hour later. Okay, that's fine, no problem. I can deal with being, not an hour later, I was going to get there 20 minutes late. But I thought, that's fine, I can deal with that, no problem. And then got up this morning, checked the trains, and yes, the train that I was meant to get at 8 o'clock is cancelled. So now I'm going to be an hour late. So I'm going to set out in the next half an hour, and all being well, that the trains actually run on time. Yes, so that's how the day has started, but it's Stitchy day, so let's see how we go from here. Anyway, I will update you on my journey, and yeah. Finally arrived, an hour and a half late, but I'm here. Trains weren't too bad, a bit busy, but I got here. So let's start. Bristol Stitchy Day, here we come. Well, we're here.
Hello.
And I bumped into Claire and Joe,
and
Claire
I know, look.
as a fully finished object. Look at
Fully
that.
finished object doesn't happen often.
Nope. So we're finally here, and I bumped into two familiar faces, so I'm very happy.
By the coffee
This is
machine.
Belushi Stitches,
Hello.
and well,
I don't
Claire.
have anything. I don't do enough finishing. I don't do enough finishing to have FlossTube.
Right, I think I might grab a coffee while I'm here, and we'll edit. My lovely table, ladies. Rosie X Stitches. And then we got another FlossTuber, Soph. Quite busy here today. Got Morty and the Brom over there. Hello my lovelies. So I didn't come back on last night once I got home from the retreat, because I was technically working, so it was a day off. And then as soon as I got back, I sat with my client for a little bit, and then it was quite late at night, so I didn't end up filming my haul that I brought from the retreat. So I wasn't really planning on buying anything, in all honesty, but the need to support the small businesses, I find I do end up buying something from each vendor. But when I finished my Heaven and Earth designs, my Welcome Home full coverage piece, which I will show you here shortly, I did actually take it to the retreat to show off. You'll see it in my brief you would have seen it in my video before this one. It was on a board all on its own because there wasn't room on the finish table for it because it's so big. So that was on a separate board on its own in the corner, so you'll see that on the video before this. So basically, once I finished that, I had a day of the slump, really. I didn't quite know what to do next. I knew I had projects lined up, but I didn't know which one to start. So I'd already started my Witchy Stitches stitch, like put a few stitches in to see if the colours would look okay. But I decided I didn't want to start that until the 30th/today, the 1st. And because I was starting it with my friend Tarina, we were going to do it together on Witchy Stitcher Day, which is today. But then I decided that I was going to try and do my enchanted Quaker. But I had to have my fabric sent home because it wasn't coming in time. So then I decided to start Halloween Quaker because it's mostly black and I've got black here and I've got some nice grey fabric because it worked out that the grey fabric I had here that I'd brought from Megan at Coffee Crafts before, which I'd brought at the Rotherham retreat, the Floss Friends retreat, that I was going to cut it in half and use half for the potion bottle sale and half for the Halloween Quaker. So I got it all on my frame, and I was, because it's 20 count, I've only ever stitched on 14 and 16 years ago when I first started to stitch, and then since starting my full coverages I've only stitched on 25 count. So stitching on 20 or anything higher than 25 is completely new to me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm very much a full coverage stitcher, so I was a bit like, oh. So then I decided to buy some, well, I'd set up the 20 count on a frame and I couldn't work out what was the best approach. So I used one strand of thread and I did 1/1, but I wasn't liking the coverage. Quite a few people suggested 1/1, so I had to go with 2/1, and I was like, well, because it's not so much a compact piece, it's scattered stitches, that I should be all right with 2/1. So I did that and it looked fine. I put 6 stitches into it and I was happy with it, but I couldn't get into the groove. I got that finish sadness, the slump for a new start. So then I decided that I'm just gonna have to go start my Witchy Stitcher. So I got in touch with Tarina and I says, do you mind if I start early? And she says, no, that's fine. I've got everything ready. I'll just start a day or so after you. And I said, okay. So I've been stitching on that and I've been absolutely loving it. And I've left it upstairs. This wasn't so much going to be a floss tube as such. It was going to be basically a recap of the Stitchy day, and then I was going to show you my haul. So I wasn't going to go into great detail of my whips and stuff, but I'll insert a picture here. So this is as far as I got yesterday. I needed some glow-in-the-dark thread that I wanted to buy for my Halloween Quake because there's bits of white. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to go all the way to Hobbycraft to get some, because buying it online, there's postage and all that. Until my friend Claire said, oh, Marneys Mixed Bag is over there. She sells thread. And I was like, fabulous. So I went and brought 2 skeins of the glow-in-the-dark thread. I don't think I'll need 2, but better to have it, you know, it'll come in handy for another project anyway. So I think she was only charging 80p for these, or was she charging more because it's a special? I don't know, because I brought it with some other things as well, so I don't know. I can't be sure. but I will link her shop below, Marneys Mixed Bag. Lovely lady. So I got 2 of those, and then because I was so tired last night, now I'm strange. If I go to sleep before midnight, I will wake in the early hours. I just can't sleep through. I can only sleep through if I go to bed after midnight. It's always been that way, and I don't know why. So I was absolutely dead beat last night after like the travelling and then socialising, and all we were doing was sitting and stitching, but you don't realise how tiring it is when you're sitting and stitching all day doing nothing. So I was fast asleep by 11:15 last night. 3 o'clock this morning I was wide awake. So right, okay, try and get back to sleep. No, not happening. Right, I'm going to stitch. When I get tired, I'll go back to sleep, and then I'll get up at my usual time to feed the dog and sort my client out. So I decided, because after everyone kept saying to me, oh, you should do the bat on your current project in glow in the dark. And I was like, I've already stitched the 762. I'm not about to unpick all that to stitch the glow in the dark thread. No, it's not happening. So early this morning, I put my glow in the dark thread on Floss Drop. Yes, I've got some Floss drops. I will show you those in a minute. And I decided to stitch over all of the 762 with a glow in the dark thread. And it's added a little bit extra to it actually. It's had that extra bit of special to the piece during the day as well. It looks really good. And then I turned the light off and took a picture in the dark. It looks really good in the dark. So this is how it looks in the dark. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the eye at the top in the glow in the dark thread. I might just leave it as just the bat. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. So that's what I did at 3 o'clock this morning. Then at 6 o'clock I went back to sleep for a few hours. So yeah, random, but there you go. So I was talking of the Floss drops. Now Jess from Jess Gets Stitching is unfortunately having to, I don't know if she's closing her shop or she's not making new things for her shop. And she makes beautiful clay floss drops. And when I've been to retreats before and people have gone, oh, I use floss drops, it's like, what the hell is a floss drop? Like I said, all this stuff is new to me. I've only ever known bobbins, you know, like the pip and chip ones I brought. So I've only ever known that. So I didn't know what the hell a floss drop was. So because Jess was having a closing down sale, I purchased these in advance so I could pick them up at the retreat. So I got these. I'm not sure if you can see. They're really pretty, like silver and white. So I got those. And that's my glow in the dark thread on there. Second time I put it on a floss drop and I'm quite impressed. And it's really quick to pull off. I mean, who invented these? So cool, so good, so good. Am I converted? Probably for small projects. But I don't think I'd like 89 colours on these when I'm doing a full coverage, because that would annoy me. And then I got some green ones, some green sparkly ones as well. And that's the black I put on when I was having a go at the retreat yesterday. So I'll probably mix and match these. I'll probably put something like mix the green and white together, which is what I chose, the green, white, silver anyway, but yeah. So that's what I pre-ordered from Jess. So that's what I got from Jess. So when I put my grey fabric on my frame to do the Halloween Quaker, I wasn't feeling the fabric because I was planning to do a blue fabric for the Enchanted Quaker. So luckily Megan from Coffee Craft Fabrics was there and she brought loads of fabric. You'll see in the video it's just stacked up. Well, the video before this. And I basically brought 2 blues because Now I'm thinking, do I want to use that one that's going to my house for my enchanted quake? What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look and see which I prefer. But while I was there, I brought 2 new fabrics. So I brought one that was got quite a bit of blue in it. Now this is 28 count linen. I've never stitched on 28 count linen. I don't know how this is going to go. We shall learn together. So this is the blue. I don't know if it's coming up very true on camera, but that's the blue. It's so pretty. Lovely. So that's the blue. So that's probably what I'll do the Halloween Quaker on, because there's other colours in that as well. So they won't get washed out with that colour, hopefully. And then the one I brought for the Enchanted Quaker, possibly, is this one. Because the colour, overall colour in that is just going to be like a 3799, but it's the black sand silk I'm using. I didn't mind that there was purple blue in this. So that's that one. And again, it's 28 count linen. I'm not sure if it's picking up very well in camera, but it's blues and purples. I'm not sure if you can see very well, but that's beautiful as well. So I've got 2 extra fabrics. So once I've finished my Witchy Stitchy project, I've got a choice of 3 different fabrics to decide on what I want to do my next 2 projects on. So while I was looking at Marneys mixed bag stuff, I noticed she got some Dinky dye silks, and I've brought that for my Enchanted Quaker, the black sand one. Now these are specifically for an actual sampler. Now I love anything that's blue, green and purple together, and I love rainbow all together. And I was like, oh, they're really pretty, I want them. But do they have to be used for that sampler? Sarah says, no, they don't. She says you can use them for anything. They're just sold as a pack for ease. So I'm thinking of swapping some of these colours out for the Halloween Quaker, because I don't stitch other things other than full coverages very often. So if I'm going to stitch something different, then I want to have a play with new materials. So this is what I've got. So you've got every colour possible in there: pinks, reds, oranges, greens, blues. So pretty. So I've got those. So I'm going to swap some of the colours out in the Halloween Quaker with those. Yeah. So that was all of my haul. Not a lot, but expensive. So that's everything I brought at the retreat. It was a great day. I had fun seeing my old friends, making new friends. We had a great table. Obviously I introduced them earlier in the video, so you'll see that obviously before you get to this part. And yeah, it was great, and I'm so chuffed because I was gutted. Oh, I haven't got one for ages, but I have my monthly Stitchy Day that I organise in the West Midlands on the 14th of October. Then we have the Quarry Bank Stitchy Day that Annabelle organises on the Sunday with Karen. And then I've got one me and Kate and Amy have organised in Birmingham on the 26th, I want to say. I think it's Sunday the 26th, I think. Yeah. Oh, and I've also got another meet-up in Birmingham on the 21st of October. So I've got a few Stitchy days, so I'm going to be all right till Christmas. And then there's obviously the Zooms with friends and things. So yeah, my finish. So my beautiful finish. Now, anyone that watched my live saw this finished with me. Now, it's quite large, so I may have to stand up. Okay, so this is my finish. And isn't it just beautiful? I'm going to bring it a bit closer. So there we go. And this took me 1 year and 5 months stitching on it continuously. And I'm very proud of it. I was going to frame it myself, but after much thought I have decided that I'm going to have it framed professionally, because it's so large and because I've spent so long on it. It just deserves that extra bit of care. Oh, I've got a retreat in November as well. Oh God, I've got, it's lucky all this is written in my calendar because I can't keep up. So the framing lady that's going to the retreat in November, I am going to talk to her about options and frames and things. I probably won't frame it yet, just because I've got nowhere to put it at the minute. But I want to ask for options and things, and then hopefully soon in the future I can get it framed and sorted. Or I could get it framed and change some things on my wall, I don't know yet, but that's basically that. I think that's everything I've got to say. I don't really have a lot more to say. I will be back with another FlossTube soon. This is a FlossTube extra as such. So I will be back soon with another FlossTube. This will be my last one here. I leave here tomorrow, so I'll be heading back home. I'm planning to have a month off. Luckily, being a living carer and working for a long stint of time, you can have a little bit extra off if you want to. So that's my plan. So yeah, that's basically everything. Also, I'm not sure if you follow my Instagram, but I was attempting felting. And I made a cat. And I based it off my partner's mum's cat because the plan is to give it to her for her birthday at the end of October. So this is what it looks like at the moment. I have improved the eyes since then, so it does look a lot better than this now. And I just need to spend the next, time is it now? 4 o'clock already, God. I do need to spend the next couple of hours trying to perfect the ears and attach the ears, and then I'm done. Although I do need to find out where to buy whiskers, but that's a worry for another day. So basically, yeah, that's everything really. Don't really have anything else to say. So thank you all for watching, following me on my adventures to the Stitchy Day, and I'll catch you all in the next one. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share if you want to, but don't feel obliged. Comment, and I will always comment back. I love replying to comments and interacting with you all, and definitely follow my Instagram if you don't already. So anyway, all links in the description box, and I will see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye.